So here's an example of a organic traffic loss audit that we did for one of our clients. They've given us permission and signed off for us to share this information. We're just not disclosing their name at this time. So we did this last month and we do this year over year. We start with analytics. We go into Google Search Console. We look at other tools like call tracking. So we'll go into this bit by bit. So we're going to start with the analytics. And like I said, we started last year, June of 2025. And when we're doing this, we're looking year over year of what traffic it was. We went all the way down until we hit August 2024 versus August 2023. And that was the last time that we saw a positive organic traffic year over year. So this in August 2024, we had 4,482 sessions. In August of 2023, we had 3,986 sessions. So it was a 12.44% growth. So approximately 496 additional sessions. So that's really important that that was the last time that we saw positive growth in organic. The other reason why this month is really important is that this was the last time that we know of that Google increased the amount of queries in Google's SGE that we're showing. And one of the main things you look for in audit, the first thing you look for is you look for a decrease in keyword rankings to see if what's shifted in Google, and that normally would be where you would go to see where organic traffic has dropped. The next thing you would look for is a Google algorithm, or you would look for a Google penalty. So we didn't see any algorithms that were right after that date, and we didn't see any penalties. And the site seems to be ranking pretty well. But once we get all the way back up to June, as we can see, it's moving from low to high. We are at a 50.7% year-over-year decrease in organic traffic. And that is a difference of 2,541 users having sessions on the website. It went from 5,008 the prior year down to 2,467. So this is extremely concerning. So the next tool that we went into was call tracking with CallRail. And we went back all the way to January, which is when we installed CallRail on the website. It's kind of when we came on board with this client, maybe a month or two prior to that. But here's some concerning things that we had. In January, we had 266 calls that were attributed to organic source. And when we look at calls, we only look at unique calls or first-time callers. We don't look in the bucket of all calls, because then you'll have repeat calls there. And so by the time that we get up to June, it's at 161. So that's a difference of 105 calls per month that have gone down. The other thing that we can look at is we can look at organic forms or form submissions by organic source. So with this specific call tracking, CallRail, we're able to see the form source as well. So we had 114 in January. By the time that we get up into to April, May, and into June, we're in the 70s. So we're at 77. So we are, it's considerably 30 to 40 forms less per month. And so this is really, really concerning. And once again, you look at things like you're double checking to make sure that the keyword rankings haven't gone down. You look in Google Search Console to see underneath a section to see if there's any penalty. You can look on organic sites to see like when was the last algorithm update and see if that matches. So we would use a tool that would overlap the organic traffic with the algorithm updates to see if we were hit. So we did all this stuff. We didn't see any of that. And so it allowed us to show that, most likely the culprit for this is going to be Google's SGE, and people are just not clicking down into the organic search results so much more for this law firm's content. And it's considerable because they have over 400 pages and posts of content on personal injury, employment law, and criminal and subsections of sex offender and stuff like that that they rank really well for. So it is concerning. Anyway, this is an example of the information and the data that we collect in a organic traffic loss audit. If you'd be interested in that, at the bottom of the page, just click on the link where it says contact form and fill out the information. And in interested services, make sure you check the free organic traffic loss audit, and we can get that scheduled up for you very quickly. Thanks so much. Have a great day.